What's up, YouTube? Israel back again with another episode of the First 15, the series where I bring you guys the first 15 minutes of a fragrance. And today we're going to be discussing a fragrance that I saw on Facebook the other day. Somebody posted a random post about this one. I think they had a bottle of it, and they were discussing about how much they liked it, and people were commenting on it, asking how it was, and it sounded really interesting. The name is what initially caught my interest. I never heard of the house before, and the house is very hard to pronounce, guys, so forgive me here in a minute when I try to pronounce it, because I might butcher it. Yeah, so the name initially caught my eye, and it had the word Havane in it, or Havane, and as we all know, pure Havane from Mugler is a tobacco honey perfume, cologne, and so we all know what that one's about. It's very nice, very sweet, and tobacco-y, and that cherry tobacco thing going. So anyway, this one piqued my interest. I looked at the notes, and it sounded interesting. And I did not want to buy a full bottle of this fragrance. I normally, will, but since it's sort of a lesser-known house, I didn't really want to take the chance on spending $260 on a 50 ml bottle, especially if I didn't like it. Could I have split it? Maybe, but I didn't want to take the chance, not right now. So I thought maybe, hey, I got the first 15 series, be a perfect opportunity for me to try the sample of this fragrance on camera for you guys, let you guys know how it is. That way you don't have to go out and spend $260 for a 50 ml bottle. But I did go on Lucky Scent. This is not a paid video or anything like that. It's not a sponsored video. But they did give me a pretty cool coupon, $25 towards a full bottle if I like this. So if I like it, maybe I'll use it. Maybe I'll run a split to help cover some of the costs. But this fragrance is called Vanille Havane, or Vanille Havane. I think it's Vanille Havane. And the house is, again, I'm going to try to pronounce this correctly. I looked it up and how to pronounce it. So it's Les Indemodables. I think it's what it is. I'll put it down here so you guys can read it, but it's Les Indemodables. That's how it is in French, I think. So please correct me all you'd like in the comments. I told you guys this is a pretty big doozy of a house name, and I don't know what it means. I probably should have looked that up. Maybe I'll put that down here what that word means as well. But here is the sample. I did get this for, I think I paid like $10 for this. They were running a free shipping coupon code, so I took advantage of it because I think the shipping was almost as much as the sample was. So I think this was like $9 or $10 for a little 1 ml sample. Maybe this is 2 ml. I'm not really sure. Looking forward to trying this one. Let's see here, a little bit of information on Vanille Havane. It is a unisex Oriental vanilla fragrance. It was released in 2020. The nose behind this fragrance is Antoine Lai, and is an eau de parfum concentration. We'll go ahead and tell you the notes of this fragrance. There's no top, middle, and base that I could find. I just went ahead and just got the notes here. You guys can separate them yourselves. But this is what really caught my attention to this fragrance, was the notes in this. A lot of these notes I like separately or in different fragrances, but to have them all here in one fragrance is what really sold me on this one, to try it for you guys. So here are the notes. We have rum, cocoa, dried fruits, tobacco, floral notes, clove, cinnamon, cardamom, woods, and leather. Guys, this sounds like an amazing fragrance, honestly. There's probably, I think all of them except for the floral notes I like all those notes, like in fragrances here and there. I think they're going to be great together. We'll see. Maybe this could be a big giant mess, right? Just too much goodness. Or this could be a special thing going here. But so let's give this fragrance a first impression. Hopefully I can give you guys the whole nitty gritty here. We're going to try to do the first 15 minutes. Sometimes these first impressions are 15 minutes, but I'll cut just for time's sake. I don't want to keep you guys waiting too long while I'm coming up with ideas of what I'm getting. But sometimes they're shorter than 15 minutes. But again, we'll just call it the first 15 just because I like the way it sounded. But all right, guys, first impression here, clean hand. I'm going to try to. It has a little stick here. So it doesn't have a spray, which is kind of unfortunate. But I'm going to try to get a generous amount on my hand here. That way I can get a good feel for it without trying to smell it here. Let me coat my hand generously with this fragrance. And I think we should be good to go after one more. All right, here we go. All right. Okay. Wow. Little earthier than I thought this would be. Little stankier. I'm getting the dried fruits. I'm getting the rum. The cocoa. This is very smoky, and earthy, resinous. Kind of has a little bit of Laudano Nero from Tiziano Terenzi, if you guys remember that one. That one's very dark and deep and resinous. Has a little bit of that going. The dried fruits in this smells like dried raisins, dried plums, that kind of fruit. Very sticky, very resinous, very thick. Yeah, for sure I'm getting the tobacco in this isn't as prominent as some other tobacco fragrances on the market. I'm really just getting the boozy rum, the cocoa. So when I say cocoa, it's like powdered cocoa. So a little like a chocolate powdery sort of cocoa powder. The dried fruits are very predominant in this fragrance. The tobacco is there. Again, it's not like a Herod tobacco or anything like that. It's just your, almost like it's blending really well with these notes. So it's not standing out, but it's there. The clove and the cinnamon are giving it some matureness. Maybe that's adding a little bit to the stankiness. There's just a slight bit of stankiness. Not a bad, maybe I'm using a wrong word, but it's a little challenging, a little bit. Almost reminds me sort of like the resinous stankiness or animalicness, maybe if that's a word, of Amber Absolute. Something like that, right? But this doesn't have all those notes in it. But it's similar to the thickness and the heaviness and the resinous nature of that fragrance. This is a nice fragrance, but is it worth a full bottle? Obviously, I can't say right now. I'm gonna maybe lean towards no. This is kind of daring. If you like niche perfumery and you like that daring stuff, you're gonna probably like this fragrance. So there is leather in this fragrance, but I'm not really getting the kind of leather I'm used to in some fragrances. This one is not bad. I'm really sticking with what I just said a second ago. Very sticky, very resinous, very dried fruits. If there's florals in this, I'm trying to get the florals. Really, it's mainly just the darker notes, the darker, resinous, sticky notes. This isn't a bad fragrance. I'm probably going to say that 100 times. It's just very unique in a sense to when it kind of goes along the lines of niche perfumery. Not going to be for everyone. I really would love to see what this smells like in the air. I don't know if I have enough for all that. But I imagine this will smell really, really nice. Very powdery, chocolatey, thick, sweet, fruity. I'm definitely think I'm getting some plum. Some plum, which is going to be in these dried fruits. Again, I don't know for sure what all dried fruits are in this composition, but the woods are toned down. They're there, but they're definitely toned down. The clove is giving it a bit of medicinal maturity, but not too bad. Yeah, I think this fragrance is definitely getting better as the minutes pass. Because it's toning down quite a bit. It's not as, I guess, animalic or stanky or dark as it was in the first, minute or so. I'm about 50-50 on the fence whether I would purchase a bottle of this because I do like this. And this is definitely niche perfumery, and I like a little bit of a daring touch to some of my fragrances. I honestly just don't know how often I would wear this. I do like this one better than Lodano Nero and a couple of other similar fragrances to that fragrance. I do like this one better. The dried fruits in this are really what the main player here. The dried fruits, the tobacco, the clove. I wish I got, well, yeah, I'll say I wish. I wish I got some leather. I'm not really getting a lot of leather in this. Not right now. There's been lots of times where I've worn a fragrance second or third time, and I'll get notes that I missed the first time around. But right now, I'm definitely sticking with what I was saying. And yeah, not a bad fragrance. I do kind of like this one. Normally what I do is I'll run a split. Like before I even purchase the bottle, I'll see if I can garner any interest. If I get at least half people to buy it, and then I'll go ahead and put the order in, and I'll buy the bottle, and ship out the fragrances. But yeah, this is kind of a good little surprise here. I mean, I'm happy that I got a sample. That way I didn't have to put down the 260 before tax, mind you. But I also am a little disappointed that I won't have a chance to really get a full wearing out of this one. Um, because I would love to see what this performs like in the winter air. I can definitely tell you this is going to be for the winter time. Winter or fall. Or cold, just cold weather in general. This does have a fall type of cold, bustling, fall leaves blowing, in the grass or like on the ground or whatever. This does have a nice fall feel to it. Very cozy fragrance as well. This one is unisex. Does it lean more one way or the other? Honestly, I think it leans more masculine, but who knows? Honestly, I don't smell too many women that wear unisex fragrances that are like more masculine to my nose. I don't get that very often, so I don't know. I can't picture a woman wearing this fragrance though. Yeah, that plum note's very, very. It's not as sweet as like your Silver Factory from Bond Number Nine, or the Andy Warhol Face, which I don't think is the same juice, but or like it's more like your plum japonai type of dried fruits plum. If in fact plum is what I'm getting, I think that's what I'm getting. My nose is hopefully on it right there. But yeah, nice fragrance. I mean, I put 4 dabs. You can kind of still see a little bit of oil there, but I'm not. It's kind of fading a little bit, so I'm hoping that this is going to be a strong fragrance. Considering the price here, this better last all day long and it better project like a beast. Honestly, I would think with the notes in front of me, this one would. But sometimes the dry fruit in these fragrances, if it's predominant like it is in this one, tends to die out. At least in my experience. But I will say, I think this one is worth a try. Little bit daring with the animalic notes, wherever that's coming from. Not really sure where it's coming from. Maybe it's the leather, or maybe it's the clove. But this one I think is definitely worth a try. Again, guys, I'm not doing a sponsored promo or anything for Lucky Scent. But if you're gonna get one, try getting the sample from here. Just because, especially if they have the free shipping thing. Who knows? Maybe I'll be tempted to use this $20 coupon and just get a bottle. See if I can do a split. But right now, guys, I think this is worth a try. Not gonna say go out and blind buy this one, but with this combination of notes, man, this is like the all-star list of notes right here that I've seen in a long time for like a fall winter fragrance. Like I think any fragrance lover would just see these notes to go, okay, sign me up. I want to try it. And that's why I'm a little convinced that I could probably get away with splitting the bottle and get it and keeping a little bit for myself, because I think people would probably read these notes and go, okay, I don't know what it smells like, but I'm going to try it. So who knows? I'll think about it. Maybe I'll end up getting on board with the split. But yeah, I'm glad I tried this fragrance. Let me know down in the comments if you guys have tried this fragrance, if you liked it, if you loved it, or if you hated it, and let me know your experience down in the comments below. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching another video on my channel. If you like this video, please click that like button, subscribe to my channel, and turn on those notifications for future first impressions videos and fragrance-related content just like this. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram, Dollars and Cents. There, you'll find fragrance-related photos and future contest winners. And as always, until next video, you guys take care. Thanks.